Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we are super excited. McFarlane finally released their Batman and Robin movie wave, and they look pretty damn good. Like, I am pretty excited by this. Previously the only George Clooney that we got was from the movie collection that they did, and that's where this guy reigns from. And we're gonna actually compare him to this new release, see if there's any differences, if it's the same figure, yada yada. I'm super excited because we finally got our Schwarzenegger Freeze, and that's gonna be super dope. But we're gonna try to wrap this up as quickly as possible and everything, but it is gonna be a little bit of a longer one because we're gonna go over all 5 of these figures here, plus this comparison. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start off with Batgirl. So right off the bat, we have got our Batgirl here, and she looks pretty sweet. She's the first one of the set, apparently. They're all labeled 1 through 4, you know, for your Build-A-Figures and stuff. She comes with the headpiece for the Build-A-Figure, the gun, the shoulder pads there. And, you know, on the back, we've got how it's all supposed to get assembled there and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and crack her open, pull her out, and see how she looks. Right out of the box, she does have a plastic cape, but like we have a little tie around both the arms, both the legs, and the waist, so be mindful of that. Right out of the box, we can see that she looks pretty decent and everything. The head sculpt isn't terrible. You are going to have fun trying to pose her because she is very petite down in the leg area and everything. She's got them very, very small shoes here, and let's see if we can get a good focus here. There we go. Her detailing looks pretty nice and everything. I mean, the design was pretty bad for these movies, let's be honest here. We've got a lot of black on black on black on black, and there's no real contrast for them, but it worked for the movie and everything. Her head sculpt looks pretty decent and everything. I want to say actress was Alicia Silverstone, and yeah, no, she looks pretty nice, and she's moving about pretty nicely and everything. The only thing that I really have an issue with is the fact that plastic rubbery capes and everything. I just feel like when you put a molded cape like that, it kind of forces you to try to like kind of move your figure in a position that would make sense with the cape and everything, and limits, like, you know, your freedom of like articulation, because then the cape just sits weird. She does kind of feel like she's got a little bit of a hunchy back because of the way that you gotta get her to stand up, but you can solve that with some like putty or like, you know, stand or whatever and everything. Let's get a close-up of how her face looks. She does not look too bad. She's got some minor facial features there and everything. Ultimately, like, she is totally a passable Batgirl. As for articulation, you are limited with the head because of the way that the hair goes down there. Unfortunately, it does give you enough leeway to really like kind of mess around, give you a little bit of expression and everything, which is really nice. So then when we move on to the arm, you can see we've got the black on black makes it hard to see, but we've got that extra piece there, so you get that extra range. Very nice addition there. You've got that double on the elbow, and be careful, you know, female action figures always end up with these like very petite limbs that make you feel like you're gonna bust them. We do have some articulation for the wrist. Awesome. It's a little bit hard to get going and everything. I did not heat treat this figure first, but we've got a 3-piece body here. We've got the top half, middle half, and bottom. Pretty nice. Her legs, ooh, we got those ratchets. That is very nice to see, especially on a female figure. Very nice. We've got the double at the knee. Do we have a twist here? Nope, we just got that ratchet twist there. All right. Then we've got the ankle, and she does still have her toe. Awesome. She's going to be very fun to pose around with the set. We're going to set her to the side for now, and we're going to move on to Ivy. Moving on to Ivy here. I believe Ivy was Irma Thurman, I think. Actor names are not my strong suit, so don't judge me if I get these things wrong. I do not care about actors. Like, I just don't. But Yeah, no, she looks great. She's the second one in the set. She comes with the body piece for the Mr. Freeze BAF and everything, and ultimately, I think she looks pretty damn good and everything. So let's go ahead and crack her open and everything. And I really like how they went with this red on the side for these sets and everything. Pretty nice. Same as with Batgirl, around the legs, the arms, and the chest. So just watch out for that. And if you're wondering, we are going to talk about the BAFs at the end and pull those out at the end. Now, looking at her, I think she looks pretty damn nice, especially at a distance. Most of these, when you get real close, you really kind of start to see kind of how bland their faces actually are. But they did a great job to where as you move away, they start to look a lot better. So up close, don't expect too much. You're going to notice a lot of the imperfections that you know, they're not going to be perfect and stuff, but at a distance sitting on your shelf, they are going to look pretty spectacular and everything. I think this set is actually looking really great. Batgirl fell. Don't worry about that. Her hair is like soft and a lot softer, it feels, than even Batgirl's was. And so that gives you a little bit more range on what you can do with like her head and stuff, because it will kind of, but then, like, you know, it obviously your hair does not flow that way, but it does allow you to actually articulate the head a lot better and everything than what I was seeing on the Batgirl and everything. Again, we do got that three-piece body, that top half, that midsection, that bottom, really great. Again, with the ratchets, really, really nice and everything. The detailing they went with on her legs was adequate and everything. Like, you know, like I would have liked to see a little bit more detail done here, but her legs do look really nice, and I'm actually not upset about that and everything. I mean, if you get really close, you can kind of see the shoddy like workmanship they did with that, but then again, like, you know, you're not going to be inspecting these up close like that, you know. But just to point it out, there is some kind of choppy-ish paint jobs going on some of these figures and stuff, but I think it works perfect for Lisa and everything. None of these seem to be coming with any kind of accessories, hands, stuff like that. I would have liked to see some kind of, like, especially for her, like a stand. Like, I would love to get her in a pose kind of like down like this and everything, a little knee up and everything, do a little vine wrap and everything. Like, it would be really cool to just have her pose like this, like, you know, being suspended by a vine. And I'm going to have to make something like that, because that's exactly what I want to do just immediately off the bat. We do still have these extra shoulder piece here to give you that like more range and everything. Really works out great. She looks pretty great, and like at times it kind of seems like her eyes actually follow you a little bit and everything. She looks pretty damn good. I think she is just a great figure that they went with and everything. She's got a lot of minor detailing. I wonder if she's got anything inside her closed hand that you can see, but it does not look like it. But there's a lot you can do with this and everything. Just messing around with her and playing. Like, I mean, I'm loving messing with this figure and everything. Like, I thought she was going to be like my least favorite of the set, and like so far she's my favorite. But all of that like leaf patterning, she's just got a lot more detail to her than, like, you know, the black on black on black, and like it just pops. So I'm really happy with the way that they went with her and everything. Yeah, she looks great. So articulation, you know, like we said, we got that. We've got the double. We've got the whole wrist movement thing. You can do whatever. I don't think any of these wrists are going to be swappable, unfortunately. Just because of the way they went with these. Like, if you look at these close, you might be able to pull that off and have a peg in there, but I mean, it's not like we've got an extra hand. Yeah, it seems like you could definitely pull that out, and it's definitely a peg in there. So double on the knee. Again, down to the foot, we've got a real nice working with that heel and everything. It is not constricted like a lot of the feet are, because, you know, a lot of like big figures end up with like some kind of bulk there, kind of limits that a little bit, but this is moving really nice. And then of course the toe. So we'll go ahead and move on to Robin and put her back. And now we've moved on to Robin over here, which I think was Chris O'Donnell, I want to say. So yeah, he comes with arms. He comes with some freeze pieces and stuff. Doesn't really tell you what you're supposed to do with those freeze pieces. Kind of leaves you to guess and everything. But based upon how Batman's like look like they go over top of the feet, these ones look like they're gonna go over top of the arms, or maybe they are going to go on Robin so we can get a frozen Robin. We'll see. We'll get to that. All right, so let's go ahead and pull him out. Again, more rubbery plastic capes, really malleable though. So legs, arms, chest. So just pretty much standard across this whole set. And there you go. We've got our Robin. Get a little focus on there. I feel like his head is the one that I like the least. Definitely passable. Definitely passable at a distance. But I like the closer you get to it, like there's just more that seems a little bit off about it. But my main gripe isn't with the head, it's with the red. I feel like the red is completely the wrong color. This red is more of like a rustic orangey red and everything, and like he should have more of like a bright red from what I remember. Could be wrong, but I mean that's a minor thing because he looks pretty damn good. He really does. I do feel like it should be a lot brighter of a red though, because this comes across like, especially in person, and I'm looking on the camera here, like it is not showing exactly the same tone on camera as what I'm seeing in person, and it is a lot more orangey than red. And it's not a big deal. It is a nitpick. It's just it would have been nice to see him with like more of like that kind of red, you know, like the side of the boxes and everything would have made this figure just kind of like pop over the top a little bit more. Really nice detail work here. You know, we still do have a lot of that black on black, and I don't know if you could see it, but there we go. Now we can. We've got the bats on the boots there. She has the bats on her thighs. I don't know if we seen that fully when we were looking at her, but she does. Very basic on the buckles and everything too, but he looks pretty nice. And like having this whole set, just like it's, you know how long I've waited to have a good set from the 97 film here? Like just, this was my favorite Batman movie. Like, I know it's terrible. It's a horrible Batman movie, but I love it so much. The cheese factor is too good. I am a sucker for it. This is my favorite Batman movie by far. And just to have all these figures now, super dope. The only thing that sucks for me is the fact that they have not announced an Alfred or a Bane. You know, like I would love a Michael Gow like Alfred figure to go with this and everything, and to get that Robert Swenson Bane would just like throw this over the top. Give us that mega fig, McFarlane. Give it to us. You're going to get the best articulation out of this head, out of all of them in the set and everything. And he does have a wide range of what he can do. But all the way back, looking up, that's as far as you're going because of his hairline meeting the back of this cowl piece here on the cape. Looking all the way down, all the way to the side, all the way to the other side. And you can mess around with it to kind of get a little bit more range and everything. Real nice work on that head. We've got that double shoulder piece again here, and they did make this an orange piece instead of a black piece to match up with everything. Real nice attention to detail there. Great job, because it would look very off-putting if that was black and we just went from the red-orange to black back to the red-orange and everything. So he does look pretty good. We've got that bicep twist. We've got that double. We've got the twisty on the hands. And the only thing I'm not liking is, which we might be able to mess around with and get it better, it's just because you're kind of getting this this motion here with the way that this is in here, and I'm sure we could twist it around. Let's see if we can do this real quick to get, yeah, where we want to be. It's a little bit harder. There we go. Now it's a lot better, so we can get this instead of this. Gives you more play, in my opinion, but it's hard to get to that peg. nitpick, not a big deal, just because of the way that we have to do the gauntlets and everything. So keep an eye out for that. You definitely can mess around with it. Again, with the 3-piece body, real nice, real nice. You got that midsection, so you get that like top half moving, you get that bottom half moving, really gives you range of play. And again, oh, you can hear those ratchets too. I love it because it's gonna hold, it's gonna stay. Great, 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 great. No upper calf twist. Oh, he's really smooth. And then we've got, ooh, he is tight, he is tight. I might want to do a little heat treatment on that leg before I mess around with him too much. But he does have that double knee. And then his foot, he's on this. Yep, no, he's got that full swivel there. And he's got that toe. So you've got your full range of motion just like the others and everything. Real nice, real nice. He definitely is going in the cabinet. Again, soft cape, plasticky, rubbery. It is very movable. Like, I just don't understand why you wouldn't go with cloth. You know what I mean? Now, let's go ahead and move on to Batman. And there we have our George Clooney Batman there. And he comes with the legs, a little bit more ice effects and everything. And we're going to go ahead and pull him out and check him out. And then we'll compare him with the previous release that they did for that movie collection and everything. Like I said, some accessories would just throw this set over the top. Like, I'm going to catch some flack for this, but like, come on. I would love to see a Bat credit card and everything. I would love it. Give me a Bat credit card. I'll probably end up making one because that just cracks me up every single time. Like, come on, Bruce. You're better than that. Anyway, let's pull them out. All right. And again, arms, legs, chest, and he does have a rubbery plastic cape, but this thing feels so nice. Like, I just want to rub it. It feels nice. It really feels nice. And like how it looks and all rubbery like that, like that's how it's feeling, all sleek and rubbery, almost kind of slick and greasy and everything. Like, it's a real nice cape. Oh, we're gonna get fingerprints all over this though. Look at this. Oh, it's definitely gonna be grabbing fingerprints. Whatever they did with this is real nice, but it's gonna be hard to keep clean. But let's pull them out. Just because I have been asked in the past about my advice on pulling these out, I always end up just kind of seeing where it really folds at, and then just kind of like shimmying it out best we can, because they do cut these very poorly to get these capes in and out, and like you just kind of have to fruit roll up it a little bit. And there we go, and then it just kind of folds back out the way you need it to. But yeah, we've got our Batman right here, and I'm gonna tell you already, it seems like he is definitely, the cape alone, like, you know, is different, but I think this is a different mold even from the, oh, come on, get your foot where we need you. We'll be right back. All right, so now that we've got him like standing and we've got the other one here, this was from that Ultimate movie collection they did with like all of the live action Batmans and everything, you know, minus Adam West for whatever reason, just the movies and everything. But this one is the one that we're getting with this set and everything. I can't exactly tell, but I really feel like this one's a lot shinier for sure. And I feel like his sculpt is a little bit wider. But other than that, I feel like their faces are a tiny bit different. Let's see if we can. Faces and eyes seem a little bit off to me. Like they both look a little bit different. Up to you to decide. But we're seeing them side by side. Definitely got the cloth cape on this guy. Definitely got that like real nice feeling rubbery cape on this guy though. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it with this guy. Right here, we've got our Batman and Robin, our George Clooney. We've got our nice emblems all over here. We've got nice head articulation. He definitely moves. Honestly, he moves a lot better than even Robin. Like, you're going to get the most head articulation out of the Batman, honestly. I thought it would be the opposite. I thought Robin would end up with the better head articulation. But he moves so smooth and nice. Then we've got that double. We've got that double. We've got the wrist. And it's all the same here as on the rest of the figures. Our only difference... Nope, we've got the 3-piece here. I was worried that it was a 2-piece. That is awesome. So we do got that 3-piece sculpting here. We've got our ratchets down here. Real nice. Ooh, he doesn't want to lift that leg up too well, does he? That is catching on his bum right there and everything. He's got some fat calves. Upper leg muscle. Yeah. But this piece is very rubbery, so it is allowing a little bit of give to really give you better articulation, which is real nice. We've got the doubles. We've got our feet that move pretty well. And then we've got our toes. Yeah, no, I like this guy. Regardless of having the cloth capes or not, these are a really nice set to have. I really do like this. Pulling this guy back out. These are probably the same sculpts. I still feel like that face is off. But every time I try to look at it, I feel like they aren't as off as I feel. I just feel like just the different posing is why they feel like they're both off. But let's go ahead and just straighten you out. Straighten you out. Don't you go hunchback on me. I feel like his head is definitely more rounded. There's definitely, in that jawline, a little bit of a difference. Come on, focus on the faces. There we go. See if we move you closer, if you'll... Yeah, no, I see a difference. But I could be trying and straining for a difference. He definitely looks like he's got some darker lips, though. They both got the bat nips. I feel like he's got a more sleek, slender waistline, like in this middle piece, than he does. And overall, this guy seems a lot more shiny. But yeah, there's your two Batmans. 2 George Clooney's that we've got. So let's go ahead and, because I know we did not go over it, let's do a quick height check on all of these guys. If you want to stand for me. Oh, you don't want to stand for me? Okay. We'll just do a quick height check. We are just 7 1/4 for top, like the bottom to the top of the tippy top of the cowl. 7 1/4 on him. Grab this guy. And we are exactly 7 on this guy. Well, maybe a little bit taller. I don't know why the camera's looking a little weird, but on my end, I am seeing he's literally right here. So 7 inches exact on him. Let's grab out the Batgirl. Straighten her legs out real quick. Get that full height. I probably should pause and edit here, but you know, she is just shy of 7 inches. Just shy. She is just a fraction shorter than him. Really don't see it when you got them standing next to each other, but she is basically the same exact height. And then straighten your whole deal out. A little bit higher than 7 on her. She is about the same height as Batman. She is about 7 1/4. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at these Build-A-Figure pieces. So first up was Batgirl. The head is just in there in a head slot, nothing holding it down. Tape over these, tape over this. This thing's gonna just pop out. I lied to you. This thing is not gonna just pop out. It does have a clippy thingy on it, so cut that off. And down here we have all of our pieces here. We will take a closer look once we start pulling everything out. We are moving on to the body that comes with Ivy. And this one does have a thingy over across the chest here. Moving on, we have got Robin with his arms, and we've got a thingy across these and across these ice things as well. Last but not least, we've got the Batman with the ice effects having a thing across them to hold them in, and each of the legs having two sections that are like down, so cut those off. And now that we have all of our pieces out here, we can go ahead and look at them all individually and see how they're all going to piece together. We've got the legs that come with Batman and everything, and you can see that they've just got those giant peg sockets and everything, and they look pretty decent there. And then we've got the arms here that come with Robin, and these are pretty cool and everything, you know, big giant big belly things to go right up into the chest piece, which here's our chest piece and everything. You may notice that we've got them big little dimples there, and that's because these are going to clip right on into there, and these are very, very soft, like finally rubber, and I don't know if those are gonna like hold, but we'll see. What was that from? Well, I don't know what that was from. But the thing that I thought was funny is that you can drop his underpants. So be careful of that with the body, because I think I might have knocked this off of a piece here. Oh yeah, right there, because we do have that extra shoulder socket, and that's what this is. Okay, see, I knocked pieces off. I knew I did. All right, so you want to make sure both of those are in there before you go to put your arms in. Oh yeah, this one does not want to stay. It's gonna stay when we get that arm in. And make sure that you got his underpants on and not, you know, dropping off where you can see all of those little inner workings. And then we've got our other shoulder. We've got our freeze gun itself with its effect, and that's pretty cool. And then we have got, of course, the head. And that head sculpt looks great. Honestly, I think this is probably the best head sculpt out of this entire set. Like, he looks really good. Even up close, like, you can tell that's Schwarzenegger. You know what I mean? Like, this is probably one of the best head sculpts I've actually seen from McFarlane, to be honest with you. I think this thing looks absolutely phenomenal. So let's go ahead and see how we're going to piece them all together. So legs, get you in there. Do we get a nice pop? Oh, come on. The arm. I'm going to start with the arms. Let's go ahead and pop these bad boys in here. Just make sure, you know, you've got your left, your right. That was a nice little click pop. I don't know if you could hear that or not. Oh, yeah, nice little click pop. Oh, he's looking bulky. All right, now we've got that going so we don't have that falling out on us. Let's see if we can go under. Yeah. All right. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Are you going to give us a nice little pop? It does not sound like you're going to give us a nice little pop. But you do feel like you're in there. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get a nice little pop based upon how these are looking. All right. What I am doing is I'm kind of just trying to go right up under this rubbery butt so we can... come on. Pull that up. That's kind of hard to pop that in there and everything. I could just be doing it all wrong, because there we go. All right. So is this leg not in all the way or something? All right. Well, there we go. We're starting to look like something. Let's move on up. I don't know which way this is supposed to go in there, but like I said, it was a soft, rubbery piece. I feel like that's backwards. Maybe, maybe not. No, that looks pretty nice. And pop you in. The front seems to like really go in. The backside, not so much. The backside doesn't really want to go in. I don't know what we could do about that. And then, of course, the head. Oh, give it a nice little... Oh, get it on there. Yeah. I feel like this leg is not... Oh, no, there goes that leg. Okay, so we did not get that leg on there all the way up, and there they go. So, I'm having an issue. We're going to come right back. I'm going to keep trying to pop this in. We did finally get a pop, and I am swapping these around to see if they look a little bit better this way or the other way. And honestly, I don't know. I would have to fully reference something, and we still got these guys falling over. So let's go ahead and see if... Doesn't really tell you either. Okay, cool. So if you look at the instructions on the box, it just says put them on. So we've got him together, and we did finally get a nice little kind of thing going. It was not as potent as like the arms or the head when you pop those in and you get that, like, you know, getting those in was more of a, you know, I don't know if that even makes sense, so just ignore me. They fell down. Don't just ignore that. But we've got him all together, and he's looking pretty nice. And he is standing exactly 7.5 inches. 7.5 inches. So he is gonna be taller than all the other ones, which is right. You know, we've got him with a bended knee, so he looks a lot taller and everything, but still. My issues that I'm having right now off the bat is he is a lot more gray than silver, and the blue is very off-putting. I feel like this, what they did with the helmet here, all of this coloring and this kind of like, you know, see-through resin, that should have been dominant throughout all of him. Like, this helmet's got a lot more of a silver than a gray, whereas like all this armor's a lot more gray silver and dull. This is all kind of shiny and pops. This whole see-through like blue resin should have been in all of these spots. Other than that, like, I am excited as hell to have this guy right now. I really am. Let's see, his head. I don't like how they did his head because of like how far up, like literally like the, like right here around his brain areas where like it pegs in at, which is why you've got such limited articulation with that head, which, you know, you've got enough to like kind of mess around with him, but we do got that 3-piece body. We've got that extra socket there. We've got the arms. He moves around pretty well. He's got, is this a double? Is this a double or a single? It looks like this is just a single, unfortunately. Single elbow. And then we've got, do we get articulation on those hands? Let's see if we can. Yes, we get articulation on the wrists. And then we do have the ratchets on those legs. And again, it's only going to be a single on that. But we do get our toe and our, like, we really are twisty, roly here. Do we get actual articulation? It looks like there's a joint. Yep, there we go. It's a ratchet. That's why it's hard. So you may want to heat treat this guy. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with him. But I do feel he needs to be more chromed out, and this blue is completely wrong on him. And the more I'm looking at these effects here, the more I'm thinking they go to Robin. They are very small. I believe that if we pull out the Robin, we could, let's see, ice effect. So we can freeze our Robin. That is pretty sweet. And I bet you this is for his leg. How do you want us to hook this though? You can see, let's see. You can see that it's kind of got these clips, and they aren't necessarily hard, but they are stabby. So like it just makes it a little bit harder to try to like ouch, ouch, ouch. You know what I mean? Because it is very pokey. Maybe heat treat it and then wrap it however you see fit. Now this one seems... How do you want this one on there? Is this like a shoulder piece to go over the arm? Maybe. Or is this a leg? I don't know how this one's going to go on there. I'm going to mess around with it. I'm not going to do that right now. I've taken up a half hour of your time. I think we can all agree that this is a really nice set. To finally have that 97 set. Like, really, really nice. Let's get him with this in his hand. There you have him, just posed around, and like trying to pose him, his leg is falling off and everything, and I've heard that a lot of people have that issue with the BAFs, the leg's not standing on and everything, and like I don't like, I'm gonna mess around with it, definitely. I'm gonna see if there's something I can do with him for sure, and to get those to actually stay in. I don't want to glue him, but I feel like I might end up having to, which is very unfortunate. But there you have it. Batman and Robin, BAF, everything. Like, I hope you guys enjoy. Tell me your thoughts on it and everything. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.